What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm a little bit late, but better late than never. We're going to be talking about The Blackening. Directed by Tim Story and written by Tracy Oliver and Dewayne Perkins, who also stars in this film. This film also stars people like Antoinette Robertson, Grace Byers, Melvin Gregg, Jermaine Fowler, and many more. So as I said in the intro, I'm a little bit late to this, but better late than never. And more often than not, on Thursdays, I like to go and check out whatever the new movie is of the weekend, one of the newer movies. I actually wasn't even going to go to the movies today because there were some plans I had going on, but those kind of fell through, and I decided to just kind of go and pick the next movie that was starting when I went to the theater. And it just so happened to be The Blackening, a film that I saw the trailers for months and was actually excited to see, but I knew it would kind of get pushed to the wayside for me for at least a little bit because it came out while I was in New York and I saw The Flash that weekend. But now, a few weeks removed, I'm finally getting to check out The Blackening. Sorry for being a little bit behind on some of the bigger releases, but if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I will eventually get to them. But The Blackening, I'm going to try to keep this straightforward, short, straight to the point, because I feel at this point you probably have watched tons of reviews for this movie and you kind of just want to hear my thoughts. This movie centers on a group of black friends who, after years, almost a decade, are reuniting after college, getting together in a cabin in the woods to enjoy their time together, party, play games, drink, do drugs, all that fun stuff, and just kind of, remingle the group. And of course, as you would expect from a movie like this, if you've seen the trailer, somebody ends up putting them in a bit of a game where now they have to fight for their lives, and some craziness ensues. That's the base premise of this film. It's a horror comedy that definitely leans more on the parody comedy side of things, taking the slasher genre tropes and cliches and adding it into a film where the entire main cast is all black, and the movie does everything it possibly can to make a joke about that, putting black people in situations that they typically wouldn't be in. And you'll hear every single joke that you can expect from a movie like this, whether it be, black person dying first in a horror movie, all the way to, the black people never split up. There are tons of cliche jokes and references that I think most people are going to expect going into this movie, but beyond that, the film is also fun and knows what it is. This is a movie that in no way is trying to reinvent the wheel. It knows what it is. It's silly, it's dumb, it's straight to the point, it's cliche and also predictable, but I found myself having a good time with it. When I actually got my ticket for it, there was only maybe like 5 or 6 other seats in the entire theater that had been reserved, and so I actually chose the seat way off onto the side that was just me by myself. I was just gonna kind of be tucked away in a corner to check out this movie, and literally right as the trailers were ending, no joke, a black family of about 20 to 30 people, literally no joke, all came in yellow shirts. It was a big family outing, and they literally took up the entire row I was sitting in, as well as the row behind me. So I was completely encapsulated in this family now, and they were having just an absolute blast with this film. They were a riot from beginning to end, and while that usually would be a bit of a disturbance for me when it comes to a lot of movies, I don't like when people are overly obnoxious and loud and crazy in the theater. I felt like this was the perfect time and the perfect kind of movie to have that kind of audience with. It just made for the perfect experience. I was able to kind of live vicariously through them, through some of the things that just kind of brought them tons of joy and laughter, and a lot of the funny comments that they were making throughout. And I think it kind of heightened my experience of the film overall. With that said though, what did I just personally think of it? I thought it to be a good time. I thought it was a fun movie that knew what it was. It wasn't overstaying its welcome. There are some elements of the humor that I do feel fall flat at times and are often so on the nose that they kind of just feel kind of like a shtick more so than actually a comedy. But for the most part, I found myself enjoying the film. I found it to just be well acted, well paced, and again, it's not reinventing the wheel, so it just knows what it is. It wrapped up quickly and kind of just went to the credits, and it's just like an easy, breezy hour-and-a-half movie that I think is going to do really well in the future on streaming. This is not not a film I'd necessarily say you need to rush to theaters to see if you haven't already seen it. If you saw the trailer and you thought, that looks funny, looks like it's right up my alley, I will say that a lot of the big funny moments were in the trailer, as I'm sure you can expect from a movie like this. However, there's plenty of laughs and some fun twists and turns throughout to enjoy throughout the course of the film. As far as the narrative goes, it's wildly predictable. I knew what the big reveal at the end of the film was going to be pretty early on into the film. It was pretty obvious like who the killer was, who the person that was putting them in the situation was, and I think most people who have seen a lot of movies are easily going to be able to kind of deduce that pretty quickly. But for the most part, I found the film to be enjoyable. It knows what it is. It was stupid, dumb fun. Some of the humor falls flat, but a lot of it does land, and again, seeing it with a huge crowd of this big black family, I thought made it a lot of fun because they were able to just kind of have fun with a lot of the jokes and references that are of course directed at them. It's definitely something I think is going to work for a specific demographic in a lot of ways. I think if you've seen the trailers and a lot of racial jokes or political jokes or just a lot of jokes about the current state of the world, if that stuff isn't going to be up your alley, if you've seen the trailer and you just know that's not your kind of humor, then I don't think you're going to enjoy this kind of movie. But for the most part, I had fun with it. Nothing I'm clamoring to revisit, but a movie that I had fun with, and I think that a lot of people are going to enjoy if it's up your alley. Check out the trailer, and I think if you like the trailer, it may be something that you'd enjoy. Not the craziest movie I've seen this year by any means, but an enjoyable watch. So that's going to be my thoughts on The Blackening. Wanted to keep it just straightforward and quick. I don't want to sit here and ramble too long about this film. A big thanks to you guys for watching. Definitely hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what you guys thought about The Blackening. Did you like the movie? Did you not like the movie? Whatever the case may be, leave any and all comments down below, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye.